Social media has lit up after a stoush between President Donald Trump and CNN reporter Jim Acosta, with rival camps trying to claim the higher ground. The president and the reporter sparred at a press briefing Wednesday, culminating with a White House intern trying to pull the microphone away from Mr. Acosta. Mr. Acosta's press pass was later cancelled amid accusations that he placed his hands on the intern. One video that is circulating widely appears to have doctored Mr. Acosta's movements. Critics say it's being used to amp up the conflict. This subtle edit of the Acosta video, his arm sped up ever so slightly, to amp up the conflict, now has thousands of retweets and hundreds of thousands of views. Video, once the end-all central validator, is becoming as vulnerable to politicized distortion as everything else. https://t.co/r2-6u8pz, Drew Harwell, at Drew Harwell. In November 8, 2018, the edited version has been shared by White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders. "We stand by our decision to revoke this individual's hard pass. We will not tolerate the inappropriate behavior clearly documented in this video." pic.twitter.com/t8x1ng912y, Sarah Sanders, at Pressic, November 8, 2018. Other social media users are sharing one of Mr. Trump's tweets from 2013 where he criticizes the intimidation of its reporters. A well-known George Orwell quote has also been circulating, and CNN has slammed the White House for its actions. But the White House maintains that Mr. Acosta was in the wrong, with Ms. Sanders tweeting that his actions were absolutely unacceptable. President Trump believes in a free press and expects and welcomes tough questions of him and his administration. "We will, however, never tolerate a reporter placing his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern." Sarah Sanders, at Press, in November 8, 2018. "This conduct is absolutely unacceptable. It is also completely disrespectful to the reporter's colleagues not to allow them an opportunity to ask a question." President Trump has given the press more access than any president in history. Sarah Sanders, at Press, in November 8, 2018. Contrary to CNN's assertions, there is no greater demonstration of the president's support for a free press than the event he held today. Only they would attack the president for not supporting a free press in the midst of him taking 68 questions from 35 different reporters. Sarah Sanders, at Press, November 8, 2018, over the course of 1.5 hours, including several from the reporter in question. The fact that CNN is proud of the way their employee behaved is not only disgusting, it's an example of their outrageous disregard for everyone, including young women, who work in this administration. Sarah Sanders, at Press, November 8, 2018. At the earlier news conference, Mr. Trump, when asked by Mr. Acosta if he had demonized immigrants during the midterms campaign, replied, "No, I want them to come into the country. But they have to come in legally." Mr. Acosta persisted, saying, "They are hundreds of miles away. That is not an invasion." At that point, the president snapped, "Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN, and if you did it well, your ratings would be higher," Mr. Trump said. As the reporter continued, Mr. Trump declared, "That's enough," put down the mic and walked away from his own podium, as if leaving. The intern attempted to grab the microphone from Mr. Acosta, who nevertheless tried to shout out one last question. President Donald Trump clashed with CNN journalist Jim Acosta during a news conference in the East Room of the White House. Waving his finger, Mr. Trump berated him. "I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You should not be working for CNN," he said. When NBC reporter Peter Alexander took the mic for the next question, he defended Mr. Acosta as a diligent reporter, earning Mr. Trump's ire, "I'm not a fan of yours either. To be honest, you aren't the best," he said. Looking back at Mr. Acosta, who again rose up in his own defense, Mr. Trump added, "When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people.